Okay, dear students, once again, very pleasant good morning to you all. Hope all of you are keeping fine and doing well. So, in our previous class, in our last class, we learned Tempest, Act 5, Scene 1, and yesterday we had learned test up to 215. So that was the place where we have stopped. And today, in this particular class, we will be learning the test from 215 to 290. And please let me remind you who are the characters present here. Our Alonso is there, the King of Naples, then Gonzalo, the World Counselor, then Prospero, the great magician, Sebastian, that is brother of Alonso, and Antonio, brother of Prospero, and Botswain. Botswain and Mariners we have seen in the very beginning of the scene, and the location as usual it is before Prospero's cell. And what is the contest here? The contest of this particular scene is that Prospero is making aware of the mistakes or the errors which have been done by Alonso and Sebastian, Antonio, and so on against Prospero, and making them feel sorry for what they have done, and all the more Prospero is getting ready to forgive his enemies. That is the contest we are going to learn. And in our previous class, we have stopped telling that is number 215. Ferdinand, sir, she is mortal. Means Alonso was so much surprised to see Ferdinand and Miranda playing chess. When the curtain of the cell was removed, Alonso saw both of them playing playing chess, and it was a great shock for them. So he just asked, Alonso asked Ferdinand, what is this maid? What is this maid means? Who is this maid with whom thou was at play, with whom you are playing? Your eldest acquaintance, you could not have been known her more than 3 hours. That means the duration when the shipwreck happened was just 3 hours before. So he said that you must have just known to her only for 3 years. Then how you have come so close? Then is she the goddess that has served us? Is she the goddess of the Eden who has separated us and again brought us together? Now, to this question, our Ferdinand is asking the sir, she is mortal. She is mortal means she is an ordinary human being. She is just an ordinary human being, but by immortal providence, she is mine. By the immortal providence, by God's grace, she has become mine. By immortal providence, mortal that is related to human beings, all the things which are supposed to die sooner or later. The immortal, that is God. By God's providence, God's grace, she has become mine. I chose her, I selected her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. So, he actually, Ferdinand wanted to get the permission of getting married to this particular lady, but unfortunately he could not, and he thought that his father was already killed or drowned. So, in his absence, in Alonso's absence, Ferdinand took the things. Then I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, and of whom so often I have heard renown. Renown means I have heard so many famous things about this Duke of Milan, but never so before. Though I had heard so many good things about the Duke of Milan, that is Prospero, I had never seen, but now I just saw he is with me here. But never so before, of whom I have received a second life. Because of Prospero's intervention, only Ferdinand received a second life, and second father this lady makes him to me, and he is my second father. and because of one Miranda, his Prospero has become his second father. That means Alonso, I am her. So same way, Alonso is also saying that I am her second father. Of course, after the marriage, which you will all come to know later, in after 10, 15, or not 15, it may not take 15, okay. 10, 12 years maximum, you all will have your father-in-laws, mother-in-laws, and all the laws. Then you will be bounded by all the laws of society. Okay. So he's saying that I am then first, I am first, but oh, how oddly means how strange it is. Will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness? It is a painful thing for a father to ask or a father mother to ask forgiveness, sorry, to his daughter. For example, when you, as a child, when you make some mistake, you ask sorry, Papa, I am sorry for that, Mommy, I am sorry for this. That is okay, accepted. But at the same time, if Papa, whatever may be the mistake Papa or Mommy has done, and they are asking sorry, they are about to ask sorry, you will stop them. No, Papa, you don't have to say that. Or if I just sir, dear students, I'm very sorry for whatever happened. Then no, no, sir, you will stop me, isn't it? So same way, our Alonso finds it very difficult to ask sorry to his own son Ferdinand. Now she said, I am, yes, but oh, how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness. Oh, how strange it is that I have to ask for forgiveness. Prospero. There is sir, stop, please stop, sir. Now Prospero just is trying to take for the situation and it stops. Sir, there, sir, stop. Let us not, that is burden, that is burden, that means in Hindi almost that word is burden is there, isn't it? That's solving me. So it's a burden. Let us not burden our hearts or our remembrance with a heaviness that is gone. With already the things that is over, we don't have to burden our heart again with all the past memories. So he is asking, please don't remember all those things. See, so stop talking in this way, sir. Let us not remember the sad incidents in the past. Of course, a past things may be painful, so Prosperous ask, sir, please don't ask or don't do all those things. Gonzalo, I have inlay inwardly. Gonzalo, all these people, Gonzalo being the old man, he was weeping, crying inwardly, inlay means inwardly wept, or should have spoke this, or otherwise I would have just spoken about this. Look down, you gods, and on this couple drop a blessed crown. So now Gonzalo, being the old counselor, he makes a sincere prayer to the Almighty God and asks him to send his blessings upon this couple. I have wept within my heart, or I would have spoken earlier. Oh, you gods, look down upon this couple and bless them, because it is you who made the path which brought us here. Actually, see, all the things that happens in our life is through the guidance of God. Those guidance of God comes to our life through various people. Don't think that God directly will send all those things and will show. No. Through your parents, through your teachers, through your elders, whomever you are associated with, they will show the path of God, and we are just moving. And accordingly, all these incidents happen because of the plan of God. And God planned that He made a storm, made the tempest, and their ship got wrecked. Then they were also protected without any harm, and finally they were brought from this island. All these things we will find the hidden hand of God. It is there. So Gonzalo, once again that one. I have inlaid, I have been crying inwardly in my mind, or should have spoke this, before this, I would have spoken. Look down, you gods, and on this couple drop a blessed crown. For it is you that have chalked for the way, that is, traced out the way which brought us here. Alonso, I say amen, Gonzalo. Amen, you are familiar with that word, amen. Let it be so. So Gonzalo, so according to Christian belief, every prayer reaches its final or perfect point with the wording Amen. Let it be so. Same way. Gonzalo. Was Milan thrust from Milan, driven out? Was Milan, Naples, that Milan? Was Milan thrust, driven out, thrust from Milan, that his issue should become king of Naples? Was Milan derived from Milan to make the king of Naples? That is his issue. Who is the issue of Milan? Miranda. What? Yeah, Prospero and his daughter. See, they were separated, pushed out. Was the son or the issue of Milan driven out of Milan to become the king of Naples? Now, Prospero is pushed out of Milan, and now his daughter is going to be married to the king of Naples. Naples. So, then of course, this the issue should become king of Naples. Or rejoice beyond a common joy. Let us celebrate beyond the ordinary happiness and set it down with gold in lasting pillars. Let this event be written in golden pillars or with the golden letters in one voyage. Now remember how this accident happened, how this tempest happened. Means they were returning after the marriage. That time, let us see that way. In one voyage, did Claribel, her husband, find a Tunis. So Claribel, that is, who is this Claribel? A daughter of Alonso, yeah, or sister of Ferdinand. Yes, after her marriage, they were returning, and that time this tempest took place. So, did Claribel, her husband, find a Tunis, and Ferdinand, her brother, found a wife where he himself was lost? Prospero his dukedom, and Prospero got his dukedom in this one, and in a poor island, and all of us ourselves when no man was his own. See, when we were not in our own real sense, that we all got. That means in one ship accident, ship wreckage, so many things happened. Claribel got her husband at Tunis. Ferdinand could find his wife. Then Prospero received his dukedom. Then all these counselors, Alonso, Gonzalo, Sabas, Antonio, all were brought back to normalcy. They were distracted, mentally tortured, then they all got back. So, in a poor island, and all of us ourselves, when no man was his own. Then, when no man was his own means when no one was in their proper sense. That's the meaning. So, this test is very important. That is Gonzalo's dialogue, starting with 235 to 240. Very important. Every year, almost every year, this passage is given for extract. Please note and make what so many questions can come from this part. It's very important test. Now Alonso to Ferdinand and Miranda, give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that does not wish you joy. So our Alonso joining the hands of Ferdinand and Miranda. Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow engulf the heart of the person who does not wish you happiness. See, let sorrow, let all the bad things happen to all those people who do not wish peace and happiness on your life. But who is saying? Alonso is telling about those people who feel jealous of Ferdinand and Miranda. He is saying that, see, give me your hands, let grief and sorrow still embrace, always be with them, with his heart that does not wish you joy. Gonzalo, be it so, amen. Again, let it be so. Our re-enter Ariel with the master and boatswain immediately following. So now our Ariel is bringing the boatswain. Prospero had earlier asked our Ariel to go and find the people sleeping under the decks of the ship. So boatswain and mariners whom we had learned about now first scene, the first act. So now they are coming back. Oh, look, sir, here is more of us. Means here is more of us, more of our members. I prophesy if a gallows were on land, this fellow could not drown. If gallows, what is the gallows? Gallows is a platform or the place where a criminal is hanged. If gallows is away, that is normally found on the land, not the water. So he says that if gallows, he had actually he had. See, if you look at reference number, Act 1, Scene 1, 1, test number 3030. The same thing is told by Gonzalo, and he had prophesied if gallows are found on the land, definitely this fellow, this boatswain is not going to be drowned. No blasphemy, that's whereas grace overbroad, nor an oath on shore, hast thou no mouth by land. What is the news? Look at the reference once again, then you will understand. I told you earlier that this man would never be drowned if there were gallows on land. Now you swear of making the promise, who sent mercy of God overboard. Have you forgotten to swear on shore? What is the news? What is the news? The boatswain is saying, the best news is that we have safely found out King and company. That is the happiest news. King and his associates are safe. Then the next our ship, which but 3 glasses since, 3 glasses referring to what? 3 hours. Earlier, time was calculated based on that hourglasses. So that one, 3 glasses since we have outsplit is tight and air and bravely rigged as when we first put out sea. That means safely our ship is found. That means our ship is so safe now. That means saying first happy thing is that King and his friends, they are safe, and the second thing is that their ship is in the best condition, as if it looks so fresh and new, like when they began their journey voyage from Naples to Tunis. So that time it looks like, so it is looking so fresh. It's air means ready, air ready and bravely rigged, packed when we first put out to sea. Ariel, aside to Prospero, sir, all this service have I done since I went. So he says that all these works I have done. Prospero is very delicate. The dedicated spirit who always helps our Prospero. Prospero say, my tricksy spirit, clever spirit, Alonso. These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say, how come you here? Now he is coming. Botswain is here. Now Gonzalo, Alonso and all others, they are not in a position to believe what is happening. Now only persons are coming. They thought all of them have been killed or drowned. Now one is coming. And again, our Alonso is also just telling that these things are getting stranger and stranger, getting more and more strange, getting more and more complicated. So he is asking Alonso, these are not natural events. The problem is that all these people have not measured or understood the depth of the magical power of prosperity. That is the failure. These people, they don't understand the magical capacity. From strange to stranger. Say, how come you hither? Say, how did you come here? Boatswain, if I did things, I were well away, I would strive to tell you. That is, I would certainly tell you if I could believe that I am not dreaming. So still he is in the position almost like in a dreaming condition, dreaming situation. He says, I could tell everything, but I'm not in a position to believe whether these things are real or not. Or he's saying that whether I'm dreaming or not. See, we were dead asleep means we were dead asleep, and how we know not. All clad under hatches, under dog. We all were very badly sleep, very deeply sleeping under the deck or inside the deck of the ship. Where but even now, with strange and several noises, where from there we could hear the strange noises of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, and more diversity of sound. Oh, so as we were deeply sleeping, we could hear varieties of frightening sounds like screaming, howling, jiggling chains, shrieking, roaring, all those sounds we could hear, horrible, and we were awake. We are hearing these strange noises. We all were forced to awake from our sleep. Then, as we woke up, we all were free at liberty. Where we, in all her trim, freshly beheld our royal good and gallant ship. As we woke up, we saw our gallant ship, our master capering to eye her. Capering means dancing, looking at the ship. That is mariners, master capering to eye her on a trice, that is instant, so please you, even in a dream, where we divided from them and were brought moping hither. That is semi-conscious state. So we saw in the deck, we just woke up and we saw the master of the ship just making or laughing, looking at the sun. Then immediately we were separated from them and somehow in a semi-conscious way, that is moping hither, that is divided from them and were brought moping hither, means in a semi-conscious way, we are brought here. Ariel, aside to Prospero, was it well done? He likes to get some appreciation. So was it done well? He is asking, yes, Prospero, bravely my diligence, thou shalt be free. Yes, it was done very well and you will be free very soon. One more final work will be there for Ariel. That is the thing. Then Alonso. This is a strange a maze. Maze means a puzzle as ever men trod, and there is in this business more than nature was ever conduct of. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge. It is like a puzzle, unsolved puzzle. A puzzle which we try to solve, then all the more it gets complicated. Like some of you may have already visited our Bulbulaya in Lucknow. Chris, have you visited? There, the things that you go inside, then it is going to get the things complicated, you lose the way and so same way. Our Alonso is saying that we find ourselves in a strange maze on this island. This is a strange a situation that no man has experienced. A strange incident that no one has experienced. What is happening to us exceeds what could have been brought about by nature. It is beyond the natural events. Some divine power can explain these events to us. Some divine power, some God's intervention is again required to understand all these things. Because whatever happens, whatever is happening, or whatever happens with the life of these people, it is not the natural way. It is not the natural. It is quite unnatural. And Lorenzo is not in a position to believe what happens right in front of him. Now, Prospero says that see, our test is up to 290. Yes, sir, my liege, that is my liege, it is pronounced as my liege, my lord, that is my lord. Addressing, sir, my liege. Do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. Don't be, see, my lord, do not bother yourself thinking of this mysterious situation. Don't be too much worried about all this situation. Now, Prospero is getting ready. He is going to explain to them what is happening. Yes, my lord, do not bother yourself thinking of this mysterious situation. I will explain the incidents at leisure time. At picked leisure, pick means chosen, picked leisure means at the chosen time, we shall be shortly single, that means alone, I will resolve you. Privately, personally, I will talk about all these things and I will clarify everything. That is what our Prospero is saying. So, alone, at the leisure at the free time, personally, I will talk to you and clarify all your doubts. We shall be shortly, that is single, I will resolve you, which to you shall seem probable. That time you will understand these things can happen. Of every this happened accidents, till when be cheerful and think of each thing well. Then aside to Ariel, come hither spirit, set Caliban and his companions free. Now Prospero is giving another order to our Caliban, our Ariel, and asking him to bring. So here in this previous dialogue, Prospero was just trying to build up the confidence level of Alonso because he was too much confused. So Prospero says that nothing, don't worry, sir, think about nothing. Just think about the things that are happening here. But at the same time, don't worry, all I will clarify all those doubts. Till then, be cheerful and think that everything is favorable, everything is safe and sound. Come here, spirit, said Caliban and his companions. That is Caliban and his Tringulo and Stefano. What they have done? What they have done? They had tried to conspire against Prospero and tried to kill, especially of this Sebastian, but not Sebastian, but that is Stefano. Stefano wanted to become the king of the island and wanted to get married to. Yes, so and cannibal was the main culprit there. So now come hither, spirit, said Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell. How fares my gracious sir? How are you, sir? That is now Ariel goes away. How are you, honored sir? Then now there are yet missing of your company. There are some more people missing from your company. Some few old lads that you remember not. There are some more people in your company. Alonso may not be remembering about them, so Prospero reminds them. What it means, that means Alonso is almost fully conscious now. He's asking that means, say, Ariel, how are you honored, sir? There are a few odd persons, single persons from your ship's crew missing whom you have forgotten. Re-enter Ariel driving in Caliban, Stefano, Tringulo in their stolen apparel. You remember those stolen apparel? Yes, those things before they had gone means all these three, Caliban, Stefano, and Tringulo, they were slowly moving towards the cell of Prospero right in front of the cell, that is on the ninth door. They saw the apparel of Prospero hanging there, and they had taken that one. So still those things are in their hand. Yes, every man shift for all the rest, and let no man take care of for himself. Take for himself, for all is but fortune. Then courageous bully monster courageous. That test we will continue from our next class. All right. Okay, all of you may just come in live now. Okay, so that we can have some mutual clarification.